Phoenix Wright videos are being uploaded to there, so neato. Oh, let's get into this this whole thing. This is it, and Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. What's the big deal? Your idea? Sorry, Nick. I really touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't warmed off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day for the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. That's not okay. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear, as promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. Well, that has to be a lie. I already want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past. He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. All right, let's go. Right, thank you. It's Detective Gumshoe's effort. The boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was a murderer. But the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Please, bring the witness to the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away? Why did you run away yesterday? The witness is not running away, as he will now testify. Very well. Please begin your testimony. I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did. I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured it had nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motor things, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi. I'm going to prove it. All right. I'm really sorry for just leaving yesterday like I did. Call what you did running away, but not just leaving. You heard Lyra's testimony and realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there is no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness is not running away. Listen to the testimony. I wasn't running away or nothing. Then why did you leave? She's about to say why. It's so hard for you to listen quietly. I went to buy some food for Polly, you see. Food. Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them down at the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. The police apprehended him. He was on his way back to the shack. Figured it got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You've lost so much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, it seems like it. Now, because you know you had nothing to do with this incident. Or maybe you were lying about not having your memory. You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified clearly that he has no memory of who he is. You can claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on here? That old Codger's head. It's impossible. Very well, witness, continue. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over again until trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing over and over again. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have to do anything with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Mr. Wright, this is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying... You're saying you know who the witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, now this is interesting. I'd like to know myself, so who is he? It's Yanni Yogi. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from DL6 incident. Because the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, this man is Yanni, or is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this in court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. Allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now. Got nowhere else to go. I got it. I got it. It's quite simple. Please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Well, why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working and stuff. Yep. He has no hands! You burned your fingertips to hide your past. Fucked up. Can you do that? Can you burn your fingerprints off? Wait. Can you burn your fingerprints off? Fingerprints can be permanently damaged, according to Miami Herald. I don't know how reliable that is. But it would take a third-degree burn or other serious injury to affect the deeper layers of the skin where the fingerprint patterns are encoded. I know, I feel bad Googling that, but I want to know. Huh. All right, well, anyways, I'll look at that more later. Your sisters are partly damaged. Do you mind me asking what happened to your sister's fingers that they're damaged? I'm just like wondering like how intense of a burn you'd have to do. And that's all of your fingies too. Like, I'm just wondering how badly that would, you know, I don't know. It seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. I can't let it, and yeah, there has to be another way. Nearly snipped off the tip of my finger, and now my fingerprints are discontinuous. Ugh. Well, I'm glad you didn't actually oh, jeez. Like, part of my fingerprints just stopped growing with the rest. That, you must have, that must have been a really deep cut then, yeah? Like, well, I'm glad you didn't lose your finger, but that does give me the heebie-jeebie. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic review? Cross-examine his parrot? No, you're not going to. Parrot! Do it! We all knew this was coming! We all knew this was coming tonight! I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Let's go! Wait a second. You're the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, you should go through. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes. Let's go. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Let's go. At least I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. I love it so much. I love it so much. Please, tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, or testify for us. Hello. Hello. Please. Hello. Hello. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, can you talk to her? Right. What do I say? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, Polly! Mr. Wright, I think we've established the parrot is named Polly. Does that have anything to do with her owner's identity? It does. Huh, fascinating. You claim the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a bit too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the questions of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof is the parrot's name reveals the caretaker identity is... Can I save? Uh-oh. After his arrest, fiance Polly Jenkins. Did it. That one. That's it. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time. It's right here. Wait, sorry, I have to look at this again. Case summary, victim data, suspect data. Okay. We can't read 3 whole pages. It's on suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée. That's why he named the parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. Alone is a little weak for evidence of a murder trial. We need some other corroborating evidence. Oh, where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more, if we could just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, witness, you may continue. Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. Maybe try to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Are we? Called 2 days ago. Polly, we've forgotten something. Don't forget. Oh, yeah. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something. Something we forgot. Hello. Oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he retrain her not to respond if we asked if we'd forgotten anything? But what if I... Wait. Maybe. Oh, the safe number is the date. Oh my god, it's the date. 12/28. Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 12/28. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. It does. It actually does, because that's what that's why I had her say it. It's because that's the date. It's the date. It's the date. I just don't know. I'm assuming the date's on here. Yeah, okay. The DL6 case file? What is your obsession with this case? Case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary, specifically the date of which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28. Why, that's today's date 15 years ago. And the number on the safe is 12/28. Ah, use the date of the DL6 incident as a number of his safe, Your Honor. That's how important the date was to him. I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with the date. That line is so good. That's so funny. Okay, wait. Low key, how many people out there you think made their PIN 0001 because of that line? Like, I wonder how many people have done that. They want to. You can set pins on other things. Doesn't have to be your bank card. I just like pins in general. Oh man. This is all coincidence, that is all. True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Witness doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. Whoa! Whoa! Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please, state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as the bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. A plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take revenge on people who ruined my life. I didn't care who sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years ago, this was it. Finally, a chance to have revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On karma. Where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I see no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared suspicion of this particular case. So I'd like to pass judgment on the murder onto Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? The court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not. Woo! That is all. The court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just say objection? Edgeworth. Your Honor, I object to your judgment. Well, what do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them that he killed his own dad. I can't believe she's just shouting this in the middle of the courtroom. The judgment has already passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. Must hear this new statement. Must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't a suicide either. Everything was clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for the DL6 and statutation of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order, order! Certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime of which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how to deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. The court is adjourned. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I don't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Oh, isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed it. He did, in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. This real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. All right. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt and he's confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. Statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this by the book. Let's see. Let's go. Well, Miles Edgeworth, take a stand. "15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?" It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. We went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted to stop them fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It's a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought the memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the event. The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Oh, very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Alright. Gotta do a couple things here. I need to do a save. I need to do a big save here. And I also need to, I want to look at this file here real quick, because Bill 28, 2001, elevator, District Courthouse. In air in elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident. No clues were found on the scene. No clues found on the scene. Gregory Edgeworth, age 35, defense attorney, trapped in the elevator returning from a lost trial with son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. 1 bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Court bailiff, trapped in the elevator with Edgeworth, memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. Okay. That day, gone to the courtroom to observe. All right. What was the trial your father was involved with that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. Also, Edwards pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. We went to leave, the earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up, and what happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol that you threw? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. Scream. It's a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day. Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream for as long as I live. There it is. The one part of the testimony that clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what that means. I better find out quick. Well, there's... The scream is the part, not the two gunshots, the one gun. Because to me, in my brain, the part that is maybe I'm jumping too far. I'm jumping too far. Where does it say two gunshots? The murder weapon was fired twice. Well, I guess okay, maybe not there. Okay, but the scream? The scream is the part? Oops. You're sure you only heard one gunshot? I'm sure of that. I heard one gunshot and a scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at the file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts... wait. I'm sorry. The victim one. The victim one? The victim one. Look at the victim data on this file. It says quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was an accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we don't know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. Wait. Mr. Wright, the murder weapon was fired twice, as you have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, the boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot was fired? Yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you the proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you see the evidence. Show us your proof. My evidence is in the photo itself. Look at this. This photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. You can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. It's one of the focal points. It's a focal point, Buster. Should be obvious Contradiction is here. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We know the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, and the other hit the elevator door. Remember that defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out? In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, who else could that be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary, that's on page 1. Look at what's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. It is of a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That's the truth of the matter. The whole truth. There was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in that door. Mr. Wright has proven one thing quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It was highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So, all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount my defense's claim. Praise the judge for his wisdom on this matter. I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No, but you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry, it's just... When I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who's fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it'd be that simple. This case has stood unresolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found on the scene of the crime. Little was shot by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. I am paying attention to the trial so far. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right here. Right here. Right now. Been here before. It's just like my first day of court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank and I can't find the words. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick. I don't know, his case is perfect. We're gonna do a little bit of a save, just in case. It must exist! The second bullet! What? What did you just say? Nothing. Second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. We just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? That murderer. The murderer you stole? Then tell us, who is this murderer? I'm thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet. First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. There was some pressing need for the murderer to search for that. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Yeah. Of course it was a need. That's why they took it. What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason for the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof. Yeah, it's a special bullet, so they took it with them. In that case, they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, do you have any thought? Have you thought this through? Oh, man! Had to take it. Oh, she's just giving me the answers. Think crazy. Think crazy. Murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet. Well, for instance, maybe the bullet hit the murderer. Bullet hit the murderer. Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, then you have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Huh? Let me get this straight. So the time of the murderer themselves was shot and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving 1 bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, I guess that's how that would work, yes? There's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued in that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. That would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes. Two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. Pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens up the elevator door to see the men inside. Mr. Wright, you truly are the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Bergie Edgeworth dealt with a blow to a perfect trial record. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. Took a vacation for several months after that, you see. And the unusual event for this man. It was the first and last vacation he's ever taken in many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock? But took it because he was injured. Which would mean... only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Oh, should I come on and say it now? Your Honor, the suspect is a lone suspect. What? Certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this is ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months during the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the accident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. White? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably wouldn't undergo surgery. I would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull a bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Mr. Wright, please produce evidence to prove I was shot. All right, Von Karma, I'll prove it. I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. Evidence proves Von Karma was shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma preserved surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible? For all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside of you. Order! Order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of the trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitation runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end this right here, right now. Oof. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we've got to give it a shot. He reacted. Something inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. was afraid this would happen, so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that that bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright here who must prove something to him. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder is from DL6? Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you could not convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. Who would have thought to dig your own grave by trying to... Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet to your shoulder in the DL6 incident. Here's my final proof. That's a bullet. Where did you get that? This is a bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. The bullets fired from the gun marked, yep. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other one, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, will you let us remove the bullet from your shoulder? We'll compare the ballistic markings of those bullets and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? So, it was you. And your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! Death! Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I'd never have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. With a shock like none I'd ever known. Me? Paralyzed? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records rooms. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. Lights must have gone out. I went out to the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from the oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moment, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through the medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Fucked up. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What are you doing? Do your job. Bring it into this miserable charade. Now end it. Very well. It appears we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. That's all. This court is adjourned.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we had it.
I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try. Thank you.
I see. Thank you, right? You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
I am sorry. I'm not good at that sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
Got you there.
Whoop!
Amazing, pal. You just pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. Tonight, let's party. Dinner on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You could take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Whoop. I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all. Lotta.
I forgot all about her. It's been so long, I forgot all about her.
Y'all were great in there.
Thank you. Yo,
Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all so much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Hey, well, yeah. Let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta?
Oh, me? It's been like 2 days.
What? It's been like 2 days, right? So, what you been up to? How's life? What? Any like big? You got a new job?
Gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kiance. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind! Should have seen that one coming. Yo, Edgy. There you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here's a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you came along tonight too. My treat, pal. Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think he'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Oh yeah, that's not that strange. People give money some way and celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38? No. No, Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent from school that day, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to the day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came to school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I was never good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like you did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth? You should have told me.
Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you always have been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get too worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence to both of you. Man, if only I'd known, I would have become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor, part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch right?
Hey, y'all, line up and take a photo. It's photo time. Let's go.
And after that, dinner on me. Why are we taking a photo? Detective Gumshoe took Zal to town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom. Even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention, whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Bye, Nick.
Goodbye. What time is it? Ah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister.
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that helped you. That you helped.
Evidence?
Oh, Jesus.
I have evidence that she helped? I mean, Polly. Huh? What do you mean you don't understand? She's the one who talked to Polly! She's the one who talked to Polly! Did she not help in that way? No, that's bullshit, because she absolutely helped with Polly. I stand by that. The game is wrong. The game is absolutely wrong there. Frickin' bullshit, man.
And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. The same old crazy cast of characters.
G. Heckin' G.
Oh, wait, there's more. Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth's come down. Ah, he's reading it too fast, too fast. Whoop. Whoop. And he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? There are gonna be a bunch of little scenes here. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
A cheese shop sounds... Oh my god, if I actually worked in a cheese shop, I would be constipated 24/7.
I didn't really like this case. I forgot about this one. This one was really good. That one had really good characters. There was only going to be 3 games, but the North America release got so much good word of mouth that the series continued. Now there's 11 games, Jeebus. Yo, Hannah Crush, thank you for 47 months. Appreciate it, thank you. There she goes. There she goes again. We don't talk about that other one? Wait, what's the bad one? Just so I know. If theoretically there was a bad one, which would it be? There's a Layton versus Phoenix Wright game? Oh, I got a letter. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I wanted to go visit, but I didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess. Thought Spirit Adjusted was a slog, but the stories were good in it. So let me tell you, yeah, let's like kind of talk here while that we're going through this. I am trying to read these too.
You know, I stuck into the studio the other day and I saw her, the one inside the pink princess suit. What a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my—
What? What was that line? A paranormal photographer. Stop. Will Powers is— I was like trying to figure out what he meant by a dog. Oh my god. I missed what Will Powers was saying, actually, so that's probably why. Oh! Oh. Cute. Oh. Oh? Huh? Secret? Bonus? Bonus. Is this one worth doing? This case fucks, it's good. All right, well, all right, that cancels everything I was about to say. I'm glad we sat here. All right, we're gonna save, and we're gonna watch the beginning of this preview, and I will do. This case is very long, but it's worth it. Okay. Okay. All right, well, we'll watch the preview for it, and then yeah, we'll dive into this starting tomorrow. So let's go. Graphics update. We are no longer— this is very DS. This is very DS. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. All right, well,